Red Rock, Kansas Territory, 1877. The town square buzzed with heat and whispers. Sheriff Mallory stood on a wooden stage, presenting his latest convict for sale. Chains clinked as Luke Garrity emerged from the wagon, towering, scarred, and silent. His reputation preceded him: brawler, lawbreaker, dangerous. The bidding hesitated until Evelyn Ashford, wealthy Boston widow, lifted her parasol and shocked the crowd. 300. The gavel struck, and Luke was hers. When the sheriff warned her to keep him shackled, Evelyn's voice cut like glass. "I bought a man, not a beast. Remove the chains." Luke's dark eyes flicked toward her, curious. Whispers swirled. Why would a lady of means purchase such a man? Evelyn alone knew. She needed strength, but she also wanted something far riskier: control over her own destiny. The Ashford estate loomed above Red Rock, white columns gleaming in sunset. Workers stopped to stare as Evelyn's carriage arrived, Luke stepping down behind her like a shadow. Inside, Evelyn introduced him to the household: Silas the driver, Clara the maid, and Jonah the ranch foreman. Unease rippled through them. A man like Luke, strong enough to crush a doorframe with his shoulders, was not easily trusted. That night, Evelyn found him staring across the prairie from the veranda. "This isn't a prison," she said. Luke's answer was quiet. "Then why do I feel caged?" Their gazes held. For a heartbeat, mistrust gave way to something else, something dangerous to them both. Evelyn awoke to shouts in the night. Bandits, hired by rival rancher Clayton Hargrove, had broken into the stables. Luke fought like a storm, fists and fury scattering men twice his number. When the smoke cleared, Evelyn saw blood on his knuckles, but also a strange tenderness when he guided a frightened colt to safety. Later, over lamplight, Luke spoke of his past. Wrongly accused, betrayed by lawmen on Hargrove's payroll, he had been sold like cattle. Evelyn's breath caught at the injustice. He was dangerous, yes, but not the monster she had feared. And when their hands brushed across the table, the silence between them deepened. The town buzzed with rumors. "Mrs. Ashford keeps a killer at her side," some whispered. Clayton Hargrove fanned the flames, spreading lies until neighbors eyed Evelyn with suspicion. Jonah, her foreman, grew restless. "The men don't trust Garrity. They'll quit if you keep him." Evelyn's answer was firm. "Then they were never loyal to me." That evening, she found Luke repairing a fence alone, sweat glistening under the dying sun. "You should send me away," he muttered. "I'll ruin you." Evelyn's reply was soft but unshakable. "You may ruin my reputation, Mr. Garrity, but without you, I may lose everything else." For the first time, Luke's walls cracked. His silence held more promise than any vow. The betrayal came from within. Clara, the maid, sold word of Luke's whereabouts to Hargrove's men. One night, Sheriff Mallory arrived with deputies, dragging Luke away in irons. Evelyn's protests were drowned out by the sheriff's gavel-hard voice. "The man's dangerous. Best you cut ties now." Alone in her study, Evelyn stared at Luke's abandoned hat on the chair. For the first time since her husband's death, tears blurred her vision. She realized her gamble had gone far beyond business. Her heart was already bound to the man in chains. Hargrove struck when he thought her weakest. His men set fire to the Ashford barns, smoke blackening the sky. Evelyn tried to rally her workers, but panic spread. Just as the flames threatened her home, a familiar figure emerged from the chaos. Luke. He had broken free. With strength like a thunderstorm, he dragged water barrels, fought off attackers, and shielded Evelyn when burning beams collapsed. Amid smoke and sparks, their eyes met, and words were unnecessary. The bond was sealed in fire. The next morning, the truth surfaced. A dying outlaw confessed. Hargrove had framed Luke years ago, bribing Mallory to condemn him. The town's whispers turned. Evelyn and Luke rode together to confront Hargrove. The final standoff came in the corral at dawn. Hargrove sneered, pistol in hand, but Luke's fists and fury ended it swiftly. When the dust cleared, Hargrove lay broken, and the ranchers who'd followed him scattered like jackals. Freedom, at last, was Luke's, but he looked only at Evelyn. Weeks later, Red Rock whispered a new tale. not of scandal, but of resilience. Evelyn's estate thrived, stronger than before. Luke, now free, stayed not because he was bound, but because he chose to. On the veranda, dawn spilling gold across the prairie, Evelyn stood beside him. No contracts, no chains, no lies remained. "Do you regret buying me?" Luke asked quietly. Her smile was soft, her hand sliding into his. It wasn't a purchase. It was the beginning. The prairie wind carried their silence, filled not with fear, but with promise. And together, they stepped into the new day.